Hey, this is Cam from the Brother Slam, and welcome to my unboxing of the Cosmere RPG. This is a project I am so excited for, and I cannot wait to get to the table. Hopefully sooner than later. You might ask, well, it's already unboxed, and that's because I could not resist going through a little bit and showing my wife this big, beautiful package that arrived. So some things have been opened, and many more have not, and we're going to cruise through all of it, probably starting with the little things, and then we'll get into the big things here too. These big, beautiful books in this fantastic slipcase too. So we'll put that just off to the side there. There we go. And start with the fun little guys. As an aside, really fun little dice pouch, super evocative of the setting, and I am here for it. We'll go through the dice really quick here too. So these I did take a look at. I freaking love, we'll do these ones. Actually, we'll put that one up for now. Let's see if this shows up on camera. I don't know if you can tell, but the D20 has almost like lightning in it. Like little internal cracks almost that, in my opinion, will look a lot like lightning. I don't know if those will come through on the camera, but I saw online that is not intentional. And so it's a manufacturing mistake, but I think it's freaking sweet. And if they can do that for all Stormlight dice in the future, it would be freaking awesome. I wanted to showcase these. So these were this one. Oops, that's not the right one. There we go. So this is the plot die that was part of the base campaign. And then as some fun little stretch goals, a little small stretch goals, easy to do, I would say, given the scope of everything. But obviously big scope and scale does make stretch goals harder to do too. Other plot die here too. So plot die is a really fun mechanic, raising the stakes and all that. And I love that they were able to squeeze in a lifelite die with the little bit of green in there. And then also the void die too with the purple. So fun stuff. Other dice, they're dice, they're nothing to write home about, but they are nice nonetheless. Get those put away. Also, I don't know how much it'll show through, but I am currently under the weather, so if I sound a little hoarse, that is why. I'll try not to burst into fits of coughs. This I did cruise through, if I can open it, one checker, with my wife before, and I'm quite keen on it. I think classic tuck box fashion, the box probably isn't going to last a very long time, but that's to be expected. So this is a deck of item cards, and it also does showcase the sentient spren, which is really fun too. And if there's any eagle-eyed folks there, that would be, I believe Chris goes by Brother One, if I remember correctly, the older brother of Brother Wise. So that is him as an honor spren. Fun stuff there. And a little bit closer. There you go. So you go to the Brother Rise website and you will see that face over there too. But yeah, so let's see if you want to. Nice. Yeah. I love that they included these. I would also have freaking loved to have seen this done for Emotion Spren, but we do get to see them elsewhere later on too. The reason I would love to see it for Emotion Spren is being able to have what they look like in the physical realm on one side and then what they look like in Shadesmar on the other side. But I won't be surprised if we get a lot more Shadesmar spread content, probably in a future release in the Cosmere RPG. So something like that might happen down the road. But yes, so we'll flip that back over. So what I love about these cards for the Sentient Spren is it shows the actions that your spread can do in the physical realm. And then it also shows art of what they look like in Shadesmar, which is just a fun touch. So you have Light Spren, their abilities, what they look like in Shadesmar, and so forth. So we'll just flip these all over and go through, just because it's really sweet that they included this. Peak Spren, one of my faves. There we go, there we go. High Spren, less abilities on them, which is interesting. Gets advantage on tests to investigate crimes. Fun stuff. And there they are. I love this art. Cryptic. The freaking cryptics in Shadesmar have got to be, they might be my favorite spread actually in the other realm. They look so cool. Kind of like a cosmic starfish. Ink Spren. Also very cool. Cultivation Spren. And last but certainly not least, Ash Spren. Picture looks suave as heck. There we go. All right, I'm going to cruise through this really quick too, because same idea, all these cards are double-sided, and the quality of these cards feels great, by the way, too. So seeing official artwork for all these is really cool. So we have the Racium Knife with the stats on the other side. Very neat. Bandit's Dagger. There we go. Then all of the art on these cards is excellent too. So this is a shard blade from a character in the Stonewalker's Adventure. I don't know if it's got any like special stats. I don't think so, but it does have a little description, which is fun. Amethyst. So these are different rewards you can get. And again, just having the artwork for all these is really, really cool. Spheres. Fun seeing the different spheres and how they actually look like in currency form. Okay, so this just has the same art on the back. So we'll just skip ahead there. But again, fun to see this in play. And being able to hand these cards out at the table will be really fun too. Drainer, so this is a different Fabrial. I should get that a little bit closer. Pay and Reel. Because that art is probably just about the same size. And then Amplifying. Cool, cool. Span Reads. I don't know if it shows through on the camera or not, but there's quite a bit of detail on these little item pieces of art. And yeah, it's so cool seeing all this stuff. Heat Reel. Nice, that one didn't have a picture on the other side, so I'll get that one up there. Looks very, very cozy, that's for sure. The Motion Bracelet, Clock, Alerter, Surgeon Supplies, which is fun. Rope, because you need trusty rope, and they even did artwork for the rope, which is fun. Manacles, Spark Flicker, Food, of course. When my wife and I picked through this was the only one that we actually stopped to read. We love us some tasty grub. Chest, book, just kind of a fun inclusion there. A bottle, shard plate. I'll flip this one over for sure. Looks like a Adeline shard plate there, actually. Full plate. And I do love that they contain these descriptions here as well. That's a lot of fun. Though it cannot hope to match the majesty of shard plate, this armor is worn by ceremonial guards and high-ranking aristocrats across Roshar. The weight of its overlapping plates of metal and chain make it difficult for all but the strongest of warriors to wear full plate mail effectively. Huzzah! There we are with the full art on the back there too. And then we're going through all of the different armor here, which again, just these cards are sweet. Are they needed to play? Definitely not, but they are fun nonetheless. Then basic uniform. Basic Shardblade 2. So again, nice that it's got the fun description, the flare, and then also all of the actual info on the item as well. Longbow. Okay, these ones will just keep flipping. Shields, poleaxe, great sword, long spear, hammer, axe, sling. I love that they included that too. A shard sling could be a really good time. Side sword, short spear, mace, knife, javelin, and then back to the racing knife. So yeah, really cool little deck of cards there for sure. Okay, so I didn't grab a pokey thing. Let's see if this will work so I can get this other deck of cards open up. The plot decks, because these I have not looked at all yet. There we go. So for me personally, my gut feeling is I don't know how much I'll use this actually in play. The idea of it is really neat though. And in a pinch, it could be a lot of fun to use too. I just love coming up and asking the table for suggestions of different narrative things and involving the group in the decisions. But if you're ever in a pinch and no one has any ideas, then this deck of cards sounds like an awesome option. There we go. Once again, these cards feel just as good too. Let's see. So 26 opportunity cards, 26 complication cards, 6 initiative cards. Oh, the initiative cards. Cool. 12 event cards and 12 condition cards. Atrocity. Okay, so we have unconscious, surprise. Oh, nice. Owner's full art. Oh, okay, sweet. Let's pull these through. Enhanced, disoriented, determined. Oh, freaking sweet. So these look awesome, actually. This okay, so this deck is going up in my books for sure. It's not just a plot deck. I don't think I'm going to bother looking at this side just because it's still the art, which is great. But then it's just the mechanics, which that's not what this video is all about. But I freaking adore that the back of the cards is just full art for the condition. That is awesome. So we have Yasna, soul casting folks. Oh, that's awesome. This is art from Words of Radiance with Adeline and Kaladin in the epic duel scene, which is one of the best scenes in the whole series so far, in my opinion. Okay, so it determines. We got multiples of those. Disoriented, so that is Moash. Super cool. That's got to be, oh dang, that's great too. Empowered, what a perfect piece of art for that. So that's got to be Graves and Moash when Kaladin gets his spren back. This is art from one of the main books too. It is Sigzil, if I remember correctly. Oh, interesting. That dagger is actually different than I remember it. I wonder if I was looking at the art wrong. Exhausted. Shallan learning how to soul cast, probably in book 1. With pattern in the background. Focused, I don't know if that's in particular, but still cool nonetheless. Immobilized. Wicked picture of Seth there. We won't talk about any details of that one, though. Prone. So this artist is, I think I've said it every single one, but they are an artist that did a whole bunch of fan arts that was asked if they could, by Brotherwise, if they could be in the book, which is really, really cool. Also, shout out to, I think, Sir Jairus or Jarek in a comment on a previous video. I had no idea that all of the artists are actually listed throughout the main books on the pages. It's freaking sweet, and I'm so stoked that Brotherwise included that, because I don't think I've ever seen that before in an RPG book. And like, with so much art, being able to showcase the artists as their work is on display is phenomenal. So really stoked on that. Restrained, good stuff. We got Deepest Ones, creepy. Slow. I also like how, I'm pretty sure this character might be the agent from the Stormlight Handbook. And it's just really cool seeing these original characters just kind of popping up in other aspects of the game. So that's super sweet. Slowed, stunned, ouchie kibbles. Surprised, awesome seeing some emotion spren in play. That's lovely. Unconscious, and then afflicted. There we are there. Okay, onwards we go through this deck. What else do we have? Yeah, so those cards go hard. That's awesome. Event triggers when the final opportunity slot is filled. So 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay, so these are like tracking. Kind of reminds me of the Wild Sea as far as mechanics go, where like you might have, okay, well, it's going to be a set amount of things need to happen before the merchant pulls into town. So you could use these to track those different kind of events that you're doing, which is pretty cool. And then also complications too. So triggers when the final complication slot is filled. So technically speaking, I think rules is written for this. It would mean like you need to roll the plot die and get complications, or cause complications as part of different mechanics. So you could use these for anything you want, though. So that's neat. You could also obviously just use a piece of paper or a digital format too, but the fact that they're there is cool. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 initiative cards. Also love the fact that they included in this. So we have slow turn, meaning you get the 3 actions as marked on the back of the card there, or on the card, I should say. Then flip it over and you get the fast turn, meaning you have 2 actions. I love that this is included because it's a really easy way just to track who's gone, because you can have the cards all kind of put up more center on the table, and then also who's going to go when. So super simple and effective way to do this. Again, like, do you need these nice fancy cards to do it? No. Do you need them in general? No. But the fact that they're here is awesome. I like that. Okay, and then these decks are the actual opportunity complication decks. So my assumption is you'd shuffle these and then just kind of draw at random to see what happens in the case of complication. Weep as you kill. Lose a focus for each character killed by you or your allies during the scene. The rest of the scene, you gain a disadvantage on tests that appeal to a character's optimism or idealism. Unless you spend 2 focus to resist influence, you're overcome by gloomy thoughts and skip your next contribution. So it gives multiple examples of, I think, combat. I can't remember what these symbols mean, but I think they're the different kind of scenes that they recommend. So let's cruise through and see what kind of art we have. So atrocity, betrayal, broken oath, calculated. That's fan art of Tammy Evangeline, I believe. Coming storm, sweet art. Oh, this is all so good. Oh, poor Relaine. Divine Wrath, that goes so hard. Ghost Bloods, that's Mraize. Haunted Past, this piece of art is one of my favorites in this whole thing. It's so sick. The blown up one in the Stormlight Handbook is awesome. Into the Fray, Invasion, that art's really good too. But all of it is though. Last Stands, Letter of Lum, Moral Crisis, This one is also so good. Outnumbered, Overwhelmed. Yeah, all this art is so good. This one is from the adventure, which is fun. I kind of realized I mentioned how much I like this art in my little review coverage video of the adventure. It's really good, and I like it a lot, but it's almost too 5e D&D adventure book vibes, I kind of think in hindsight. But it is still really good. Paranoid, Ravages of War, Reckless, Run Away, Surprise Attack, The Thrill. Oh, I don't think I've seen this one before in anything, and it looks sweet. I hope that's blown up in one of the books elsewhere. Unlikely Clue, Vicious Rumor, Weep as You Kill. Tough times. Yeah, that is... Oof. I love everything they've done with these. So once again, I really want to... I'm going to have to look up this artist because I keep referring to them as that fan artist, and they are so much more than that. Audacious, Boots now. Call to Arms, Careful Planning, Charge, Fearless. This is the cover of Chasm Fiends, the magazine. It's also elsewhere too, but it's super good. Harmonious, Keen Minds, Leap of Faith. I love how all of the different heroic path, the class art, is usually a character doing something like not out of this world, nothing like insane. And then you get the warrior who is fighting a freaking thunderclast with a big, epic, billowing cape. Lend supports. Oh, that's fun. Piece of art from, I think, book 3 when Relaine heals Adeline. Lucky Finds. One More Try. Aw. The Honor Chasm. Outmaneuver. Proving Ground. Oh, that's a sweet piece of art. I don't think I've seen that one before either. Reluctant Allies. Second Helping. This piece of art is from, I think it's the World Guide, and it is so good. It's blown up more there. And so obviously there's a whole bunch of members at Bridge 4, which is great to see. But then also there's so many different kinds of spren. I'll probably pull it up in the main book just so you can see better, but there's so many spren included, and it's just such an evocative image. I love it. So Descent, I think that's from the adventure. This piece of art is talking about the Radiant Paths in the Stormlight handbook too, and it is so good. I love what they did with Syl. Stalwart Allies, Stormpaws, Sworn Bonds, Sworn Enemy. Oh, this piece of art, I wonder, that might have been from their Call to Adventure game too. Unbreakable, United. Yes, you cannot have my pain. Oh, that's so sick. Vantage Points, Vigilant. So this is an example of the agents from the Stormlight handbook. So it's like, this is the picture of the agent class compared to the warrior with the big epic cape and Thunderclast fight. It just doesn't compare. Characters in the Chasm. Yep, those are cool. I definitely did not intend to spend so much time going through the art of every individual card there, but frickin' rights, what a awesome little package. If anyone's curious to, I back to the GM tier. I originally wasn't going to, but all the little extra gubbins and such didn't appeal to me, but ultimately it ended up being the best deal to do it, so I did it, and I'm glad I did. I'm going to use the heck out of these. Those are sweet. Bridge 9. I actually got to playtest this adventure as part of the playtesters. Alpha or beta, I can't remember specifically anymore. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks like in its polished form here. Ooh, it's very glossy. Chul is looking fantastic. Oh, that's fun. Color. This wouldn't be an end sheet at this point because it's just a saddle stitched, I guess would be the name when it's just stapled. So introduction adventure for first level characters in the Stormlight campaign setting. Good stuff. We can see everyone involved there. Contents. So we'll just kind of scroll through. So as a good intro adventure does, give some details about core mechanics and how to run it and such, which is good stuff. Great picture on the Shattered Plains. Cool picture of a Chasm Fiend coming up too. Part of the adventure there. Spoilers. All the info. Also, I like how, these pages are just full wall-to-wall text and such, but it's not a tiny font, so it's very legible, very clear what's going on, nice and kind of distinct. And then great picture of the first map there too, which is very cool. I do think, let's see, this is the Chasm Fiend Volume 2 magazine cover, and it's super sick. My dream is to have a gaming room in the future of all of the Chasm Fiend magazines up on the wall framed. They just look so sick. Okay, so let's see. What am I trying to look at here? So that's not too bad. This isn't too bad either. One thing a lot of 5e D&D books do is they have like the stuff that you're supposed to read as the GM to be crazy long and crazy evocative and descriptive, which Personally, I think the best way to handle the things you're supposed to read is just paraphrase. Pick a couple of the most choicest things out. Make sure you hit a couple of the senses, not just sight, and then you are all good. I wonder if we get to see any artists. Yeah, we do. Okay, sweet. So again, shout outs to Sir Jarek for pointing this out to me. My wife actually did too on the same day, which is funny timing. But so we've got this little piece of art, and it's not even a big blown up one, but you can see just right beside it there is the artist, Vladimir Ishelin. Paper quality feels really good too. So again, like I think this was either a add-on or a stretch goal or a free bonus because of the level of pudge. I can't specifically remember, but the quality of the printing is fantastic for just a little saddle stitch. Little hidden temple there with kind of a nurgly looking sign in the wall. Very cool, very cool. Rock buds and cremlings, a swarm of them. Fun stuff. Some maps there too. I have a feeling this unboxing is going to be a lot longer than I expected because I'm just having a lot of fun going through everything. So another map there too. Adversaries. Captain Selenar. Tier 1 rival. Commoner. I am really looking forward to getting into the bestiary for this game, but that's going to be a ways off. I do really like what they've done for the stat blocks though. Obviously this is just a tier 1. I think a rival means it's not necessarily a huge challenge. And tier 1 is for the style of play. But one of my favorite things is how they've done the physical, cognitive, and spiritual stats. And so different stats relate to different things. So strength and speeds are for your physical defense, intellect and willpower for cognitive, awareness and perception for spiritual. I'm sorry, that was kind of off camera. Spiritual defense. And then how different creatures attack you might target different defenses, which is just a lot of fun. Like, you could argue that, say, 5e D&D and different kinds of saves is similar, but I think this is just a little bit more elegant, in my opinion. And then really simple, effective stat blocks just on the whole there, too. So good stuff there. Some sweet art. Looks kind of like an explosion in the sky there, but I'm not too sure if that might be sunset or something. I'm not too sure. Because I do not recall any massive explosions from this adventure. And Spren NPC, so you get some info about some Spren that might be showing up in the little one-off adventure here too, or start to a campaign. And another one there, and then player characters. So these are probably, okay, some conditions. Is there one more page here too? Come on. Nice, this is more characters, and then player quick reference. Awesome that they include a quick reference. And then we also have a stack of pre-printed character sheets. Oh, these are, okay, so these are the existing characters that are mentioned here. That's what they are. Paper quality feels fantastic though. And oh my god, he's even got color on the back. That is awesome. Yeah, what a fantastic little inclusion. I like that a lot. Okay, we'll put that over yonder. And then first steps, I quickly looked at the PDF for this and was a little confused. So I'm excited to pull it out in physical form. Because the idea for this is really cool. Experience the power of Stormlight. Roshar is the extraordinary setting of Brandon Sanderson's acclaimed epic fantasy series, The Stormlight Archive. Whether you're reading... Okay, let's just see. Okay, doesn't include what I was... Oh, I think I was reading the wrong thing. Yeah, welcome to Roshar. First steps. Step into the world of Roshar. Ordinary people must rise and become heroes in this unique adventure for the Cosmere role-playing game. The first step is a Session 0 adventure in which players begin with blank character sheets. As the story progresses, each player's choices determine the character they create, and the fate of a convoy ambushed by a vengeful shard bearer. This adventure contains basic rules required for play, but a copy of the Stormlight... Yeah, so that's enough there. So really cool idea. Session Zeros are a fantastic tool that I highly recommend you use if you haven't already. Or if you're not the GM, definitely mention it to them. It's a great way to kind of set expectations, great way to kind of really improve the campaign in the long run. And I think I would probably do a Session 0 in addition to this, just to have conversations about what people want to see and do in the campaign and different character things and such. And yeah, for multiple reasons. But the idea of this is so cool. So playtesters, cool. Getting started, so tracking decisions. Yeah, I think we'll probably not get too deep into this. No, I love when the pronunciations are included. I left the ambush. So let's just see. Okay, so for example, depending on your choices, maybe you add attributes to strength or speed, or willpower or presence, and so forth. So really cool concept for sure. Welcome to Roshar. Did a video covering the PDF version of this, so I think we'll just briefly leaf through. And yep, it looks even better in person than in the PDF, which makes sense. And there's a whole bunch of various spread, which is great to see. Love that for sure. And then we'll move on. Maps. I believe most of these are specific to the adventure. But obviously you can use them for whatever you want. Let's see here. Oh, fun. So it even comes with, oh, I love this. Just being really, really efficient. So if you want to use a blank map, the frickin' case that all the maps come in is just that. That is just super efficient use of space, and I'm here for it. I don't think it feels like it could be dry erase, but I don't think it is. Okay, nice. And they fold out. I've had maps that are just like disparate pieces that you need to put together on the table, which is fine, but then you also need to worry about keeping them together. Having fold-out maps is, I think, way better. Love the quality of this too. So this is specifically from the Stonewalker's Adventure, but obviously it doesn't need to be that. And then flip side, as something has happened there, spoilers, really cool. Again, the quality and the colors on these are extremely vivid and look fantastic. That's awesome. Put that there. What do we have here? Okay, looks like a demolished structure of some kind with sphere. Oh, excuse me. Not too bad. Pretty far in the video, and that was the first cop, so doing pretty good. Sphere lanterns on the far side, very cool. And on this side, we get a castle wall for good for any sort of siege kind of situation. I think this is a smaller one. Yeah, just a little two-parter. This looks like a catacomb kind of tunnel. And then, oh, fun. This is for Bridge 9, I think. The starter level 1 adventure there, too. You can see the Challen caravan have fallen into the Shattered Plains, into a chasm. That poor Chal's probably not doing so good. Excuse me. Yeah, that looks really, really pretty. It also feels fantastic, too. Just like the quality of it, it feels great. I jinxed myself. The cough has returned. World map there too. Good stuff. Oh, Charles, beautiful. Okay, well, I need to go get a lozenge. I'm going to pause this, and I'll be right back. Okay, lozenge in hand, and we'll go through the rest of these maps here too. Again, this video is probably going to be a lot longer than it should be, but I'm really enjoying this, and I want to take my time going through everything. This looks like a market, if I was to guess, maybe in Thaylen City. Oh, fun. This looks like it's probably in, I guess, and just having read through the whole adventure book, this is probably the Valley of the Night Watcher. Again, so this is obviously like a very dark print, but the shadows show really good. All the colors show really good. It's not too dark. It looks even lighter on my camera actually too. So yeah, like that a lot. Yeah, they did a fantastic job with this. I think I've seen a fair amount of printed maps in my time as a GM, and these might be the best printed maps I've ever seen. Oh, cool. So this is like a more of a zoomed out sewer system. And then you can also see this room down here, which is a bigger map that you can actually play through that we already flipped through too. So cool. It's on the back of that. A zoomed in room there too, which is not there. So I know what this is, but I'm not going to spoil it just because it's from some adventure content. And then just some little one pieces here. So here we have a kind of zoomed out map. Good stuff. And then a zoomed in map, which looks kind of small just by itself. They don't piece together though, but that's okay. My guess is if you wanted to, so like this looks like another single piece. So if you wanted to, you could put them together to kind of make your own maps kind of thing. I don't know if it would be janky or if they're meant to do that, but still cool. And here we have the Colon War Camp, which is awesome. Really cool to see this image of it. I'm pretty sure there is a map of it in the books at some point, but yeah, I like that one a lot. And what do we have here? And this is a building of some kind. So again, zoomed out, so you wouldn't be able to use the tokens or full-size miniatures on this, but still good to see. And then a compound of some kind there. Then lastly, this one with all kinds of life on it, which looks very, very pretty and beautiful. Ooh, this is Rathalos. I also love just how horrible, decrepit, and smoky and barren it looks, which is very apt. So great piece of art there too. Cool, yeah, so all these maps they seem like they're clearly all meant for the Stonewalker's Adventure, which I'm pretty sure it says in the packaging for it, but you can obviously use them for anything you want as well too. So very cool, and I frickin' adore that they included just like the blank one as well. Because speaking of experience, sometimes it's just easier to draw a horrible sketch of what you have in mind. So it's super cool. Okay, so before opening this is the GM screen. Personally, during the campaign, I thought the GM screen was like a weaker point. It's the visuals of it, at least. It's grown on me a lot. And the reason I say that is, obviously, this is the Cosmere / Stormlight RPG, and we're here to be part of this world and such. But for me at the table, it's much more about getting into the world and being your own person in it, rather than trying to really evoke the existing compelling characters within the world. I touched on it briefly in another video. And so for me, seeing like more original characters or creatures in landscape is what really draws me into a game and into a setting, rather than the existing characters. And so I kind of thought, and still think, that it would be stronger going with a different motif rather than the existing characters. But obviously, these characters are a big part of why we love this series so much. So it is cool to see them. And I think that the art on this scope of GM screen, because it's actually not too big, works really, really well. So it's grown on me quite a bit too. Let's see if we can get maybe... Oh, I think this video is lagging a little bit, so don't mind me as I'm wiggling all over the place. But so we obviously have climax of book 3 on the left here, which is a fantastic whole saga. And then for the right side, I don't know if this is like specifically out of a scene from the books. I don't think it is, just judging by the 3 characters together and the fact that there's a heavenly one. Originally I thought it was like a climax of book 2, but there's a heavenly one, so I don't think that's it. But good stuff. As far as what we have on the back for uses of this, though, I think they did a really good job. So on the leftmost page, we have actions. So talking about how to use the plot die and then all of the various actions you can take. So really useful, and also a large size font, so it's quite legible, which is good. Then using the plot die. I don't know if this whole page dedicated to outcomes is, or never mind, that's not the fact at all, never mind. So outcomes is just up here, so that's awesome. Oh, you know what? Outcomes for various things, not just the plot die. So we have outcomes for the plot die, which is great. So examples, that's perfect. So if you ever need a quick reference or you or your table can't think of any on the fly, you can just, boom, there you go. Injury rolls, I think it's awesome that they kept this here. Injury rolls are something that I need to experience and play more, because they never really came up in playtesting, and they just feel like they're going to slow things down, in my opinion. But I understand why they're included. They're like a pretty cool part of the gameplay loop, specifically with role-playing in mind. So I'm really stoked that that's on the GM screen, so that you can easily reference the various kind of injuries here instead of having to flip through the book. So having it here is great. Having the conditions here is great too, especially if you don't have that condition card. So that's awesome. And then over here, the world. This is probably one of my favorite parts of this too. But frankly, like, they did a great job on this. I love the material that they included. So nature spren, emotion spren, awesome. Having those and including their descriptions is great. And then also having some examples of the artwork of them is sweet too. So again, for future Stormlight Cosmere releases, I would love to see these on cards too, with their cognitive realm alternates on the other. I think that'd be sweet. Singer rhythms, standard rhythms, rhythm of power, love this. This is included because this would be a much harder thing to evoke and remember naturally, in my opinion. So being able to just quickly reference this and be like, oh yeah, so a standard singer might be humming to anxiety, while a one in a form of power or sided with odium might be humming to agony instead. And so having that side by side, top tier, love it. Radiant orders, including that's good too. Obviously, if you ever need a quick reference, boom, there you go, that's good. So yeah, I think on the whole, for me and my GM screen at home, like there's too much stuff on it for the 5e one that I use. I love the imagery on it, that's all great, but as far as all the rules, there's too much. And so whenever I think of GM screens, I usually think of two things. One, or for me playing at least, one, slow the heck down. Don't need to finish the session exactly where I want it to be, so slow down. And then two, remember the NPCs. I always forget about NPCs in combat, and I always forget about them. So those are the two ones for me. And I think what's on here is great. Okay, last little extra bonus here. Which this I'm pretty stoked on too. I'm absolutely a miniatures person, but I have so many, and then Stormlight ones are obviously very specific to Cosmere, which is great. But when I've got so many other miniatures, I don't know if I can justify getting more unpainted minis. So this is really cool. This is a set of tokens to use for the game. Nice. So that's basically just throwaway. And here we go. And once again, the quality feels freaking immaculate. That's awesome. So a whole bunch of examples of either NPCs or potential player characters up top. Same goes here, although Hunter down there, and that I assume would be an axe hound. Chasm Fiends looking freaking sweet. Charles looking so cute. Crumbling Swarms. Enemy soldiers in classic Sadius colors, because of course. Then on the back, same thing. So nice that they're double-sided. And here we have, again, a whole bunch of PCs or NPCs up top. More, I think they're Kremlings technically, but I think we've got a Shellmite. I think that might be the name for him. Enemy Shardbearer, or if you wanted to, that could be your own character too. Then a whole bunch more NPCs or player characters. Good stuff. Sky Eels up top there. Oh, we have, oh goodness, I should remember his name, but I can't. Axes the Collector, there we go. I think these might be Tukari Raiders or something. Don't know who the dude with no blind guy is down here. There's three of them though, which is interesting. Is that Hoyd? Looks like it could be Hoyd, but I also don't think so. Matt Smith Hoyd? Those are characters from the adventure, so fun stuff there too. We have more. Taln, heck yeah. White Spines, Amaram down here. That's Liss. Liss, the assassin, I think your name is? I don't know who these guys are. And then lastly, we have a Thunderclast. Friggin' huge. This is either a Fear or Hungersprint, I think. And that's the other. We'll cover over that guy just because potential spoilers for Book 5. Not really, but just in case. It is really cool art though. Night Watcher, it's a creepy Spren. More forms of power there. Very cool. This guy gives me Star Wars Sith vibes, and I'm super down with it. And then Unarig, another Shardbearer, and Gallant the Reichadium. Frickin' awesome. Okay, and last but absolutely not least, is this heckin' chonk. I think they did a lovely job making a beautiful, simple, and effective slipcase for them. And one thing I'm curious about is I've been following the Cosmere RPG subreddit, and it's been cool to see. This is a huge project. There's been thousands, if not millions, of copies printed, and so there's always going to be some sort of print variance and error. Let's see. So we have that on top. That's cool. I don't know if it shows up on the camera or not, but the spines were slightly different colors, and I'd seen other folks that looked like they were all the same color, so that might just be the camera making it seem the same, where there's a slight difference in color, which I'm not concerned about. Like that's fine by me. But I was curious, and so let's pop these out. Doing this when I open it up with my wife and seeing the freaking gilded pages, hot diggity dang, that is so pretty. Yeah, freaking gorgeous. These, I'm slowly going through the PDFs, making some hopefully fun, cool coverage videos that I hope people are enjoying. But just seeing everything in physical form is just really something special. Cruising through this again with my wife, it felt like a freaking Christmas morning, drinking coffee together, going through a package, and just really excited to cruise through and show her all the beautiful art in here as well. So there's another example of there's the artist there too. So super cool that they've done that. But I did want to, let's see, not going to spend a ton of time going through these because we've got the other video. Here we go. So I touched on this piece of art earlier in the video. So obviously we have Bridge Force, we have Relaine, Rock, the Lopin, I think that's Sigzil, and then obviously our best sad boy, Kaladin. I don't know who the other folks are too, so if anyone does know the other characters, please let me know, I'd be curious. And then also so many kinds of sprints. So we have obviously Wind Sprint, you can see Syl flying through the air up there too. There's, I think Music Sprint might be hovering around there as well. I don't know what the sad ones are on Kaladin are, or those ones offhand, or what's going on around Relaine. We have Life Sprint around the buds on the bottom, and then Flame Sprint dancing in the fire too. So like such an evocative image. Also don't know what those ones are actually either. One of them might be Hunger Sprint, but yeah, such a good one. I wonder. Yes, I happened to flip to it. This is also one of my favorite pieces, just a piece of art of the Reshi Islands. Like, not only is it humongous and out of this world, it's also so cute. Love to see it. Really quick, we'll just pull this open to also Heckin' Chonk. The player handbook, or Stormlight handbook, I should say, is huge. Love the end sheets. That's awesome. And then the only thing I really wanted to see here really quick is, okay, so yeah, touched on this in the recent video that I put out about the heroic classes, but I love how they've done this. So opening this up as a potential player, here I am, I'm interested in the agents, get to read all about how they act and different things about them. That sounds good. Well, next page, double page spread of breaking down like a flow chart of all the different abilities with a kind of a TLDR with like a full page spread of art. And then it gets into the nitty gritty of all of the actual talent info with examples of play there too. So it's awesome. I love it very much. They did such a good job on this. Let's hit the back here too. Oh, that's a heavy book for one hand. Nice. So just awesome art and just beautiful presentation, beautifully executed. It's phenomenal. Yeah, so stoked on all this, and Brotherwise did a fantastic job. And that is going to wrap up this unboxing. So thank you for tuning in. It's probably going to be a bit of a long one. I spent some time going through everything. If you got any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. And if there's anything that you're really excited about, please comment there too, because this is a special one for sure. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.